Okay, so, well, let me get that out of there. So I had to come into the shop today to fix things up. I know you guys were worried about this panel being off. I'm gonna, put that back to rights. No one's been in the shop all weekend, but they'll be back on Monday. And I did a little more thinking about what I wanted to do, and I took this piece. Hang on a second. These are just not going to work for me. There you go. I took this piece of angle from the saw extension table and tried to find some paint that would match it. And what I found was some Rust-Oleum, and it's not an exact match. That would be incredible. It's a metallic finish, and it's not too far off, okay? So I'm not going to paint the saw with it. I think I'm probably just going to clean up the saw. But what I thought I would do is I thought I would paint the mobile base with it, because the mobile base being made by HTC, I guess it is. Can't quite tell because it's all scratched off. HRS 10-G is the model number. But I'll paint that this color, and then it will match relatively close, or it may be way far off. Depending as the light hits it, it looks different. I just want to explain to you how my thought process works. I'm working over here in the building 2, which I'm normally in the other building. Over there is where we have the mill and the assembly for the cabinetry and all that. And I came back to clean up, like I said, so that when the guys come into work in this building tomorrow, the stuff won't be in their way, and the tools will be where they're supposed to be, and the breaker will be covered, and there won't be anything unsafe. And I've got this paint, and it's killing me because I want to try it. And so I'm driving down here, and I'm thinking, how can I paint something? I thought, well, maybe I could use the old, because I don't want to make a mess on anything. Obviously, this cabinet, even though it's an extra from a job, I obviously couldn't paint that. That's a nice maple butcher block top. I couldn't paint on any of the raw lumber, and so I'm struggling trying to figure out how can I paint something in this building and not make a mess. And as I'm walking into the building, I had what I consider to be an epiphany. I had a good idea, and it was, I'll use the spray booth. I could paint in a spray booth. I'm a freaking genius. So I'm just going to spray a little paint. There's one bracket. Remember I was explaining in another video how I didn't like the way that the extension base was assembled, where it was just 2 rails front and back that were not physically connected to this vertical support rail. And I think somebody had enhanced the design at one point, because this is some angle iron that wasn't part of the base originally. So I thought, even though I know I should, sand this and prep it and all that, hey, this is Rust-Oleum, so I'm just going to throw some paint, some Rust-Oleum, on this rusty old piece of angle iron just to see what it looks like, because that's how I roll. I don't have the patience to wait and do it right. I'd much rather do it over. So I'm going to go over here in the spray booth, which I'm not going to turn on the spray booth and do the mask and that whole thing, because I don't care if I die young. All right, it might be a little late for that, but I just want to throw some paint on this, so bear with me. I'm not going to leave the video on while I do this, only because I don't have any kind of a stand for it, and I'd rather it be safely in my pocket, so I don't get any overspray on my $600 phone. So, see you on the other side.